Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News. Now, the pleasure to be joined by the IBF International, WBA Intercontinental Cruiserweight Champion, and former Olympian Chev Clarke. Chev, how are you today, mate?
I'm very good, man. Look at this. How can I not be good? Look at the weather. Blue skies behind me, man.
Definitely, mate. I mean, you've told me that you're down by the river today. I mean, what better day for it? And also, it's fight week as well. I mean, finally heading into your British title opportunity against Ellis Zorro. How are you feeling heading into this one, mate?
I feel good, man. Bro, it's been a grueling camp. I'm actually very happy that the camp's come to an end. I just feel like I've just been battered all camp by my coaches and just the work. So it's good to be getting that recovery stage and then just charge up, man.
Definitely, mate. Kind of, you've been waiting a long time for this opportunity. I think that kind of final eliminator against David Jamieson was. I mean, it feels like ages ago. But kind of, how does it
Bro,
feel to finally be having this opportunity now on Saturday?
the David Jamieson fight was 1 year ago. It was the 10th of June.
It's crazy.
I've had two eliminators, but listen, man, they say the hardest battles go to the strongest soldiers. So it is what it is. It's the game we play, and my opportunity is here now, and I'll take it with both hands.
Definitely, mate. I want that saying on a t-shirt, by the way, Chev. That is one of my favorite sayings now as well. Obviously, Ellis Zorro, kind of tough, kind of British domestic contender as well. But what do you know about Ellis going into this fight?
Obviously, I know exactly like you guys know. You see videos, you study the nuances, and he's been around the game. He's had more fights than myself, but the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I think you'll see the difference in levels and class.
Definitely, definitely, mate. I mean, I for one, am looking forward to this fight. I was very excited when I saw that you finally got your opportunity on the circular as well. Kind of, we'll talk. I want to talk about that. Kind of, there was a lot of noise around as you said, it's been going on for about a year now. Kind of about people ducking you, kind of vacating titles, kind of sort of trying to phase you out, but you were never going to go anywhere. I mean, now you've got that opportunity. How does it feel to kind of as you said, good things come to those who wait. Kind of no one can deny you now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm like a bad stain, man. When it comes to mine, and I and I work for something, I'm like a bad stain. I'm not going away. It's
Mm.
mine. Do you know what I mean? And I'll take it. So, there was a load of noise, and that's all it is noise. Because at the end of the day, what I've realized about professional boxing is it's mostly talk, and the ones that talk the most, they're not about it. So, I come from a background of amateur boxing, Olympic style boxing, and you would just turn up and you'd fight whoever's there. So any of these guys, I don't having a problem fighting as long as everything is right. Do you know what I mean? So my opportunity is here, and come May 25th, first direct arena Leeds, Chev Clarke, British Cruiserweight champion.
That definitely sounds good, mate. I do want to touch. What kind of happened? I remember. I think walking past you at Boatsi Aziz, kind of when
Yeah.
when that commotion was happening. I mean, Sky Sports were quick to kind of try and cut the camera away from you. But kind of what happened? What happened then?
I went Boetsi Aziz. It was Clark.
Oh, Wardley
Uh,
Clark. Sorry,
Wardley.
sorry.
Yeah. To be honest, mate, I just heard that they were gonna try and do some funny stuff, and it turns out my plug was right. So I just made sure I was there to say, yo, you know what? Forget worrying about somebody else. It's been made that you're meant to fight me. I'm here, so forget my man over there. It's Chev Clarke. You should be focusing your energy on. And it's fair to say, before that, before I turned up, the show was terrible. So I made their show. They should be grateful. They should be thanking me.
Definitely. I mean, Chev Clark on a pay-per-view at the end of this year. Why not? That's what we want. That's what we want to see.
Tell them, sell it to them, please.
Mate, that's going to be the caption of this interview. Chev Clarke pay-per-view star. That's what it's going to be, mate. But I do want to kind of move on to kind of something that you spoke about with George Groves and Deck Taylor on the Boxing Club podcast. I mean, it was an excellent listen. If you haven't, please do, because you do go into detail about kind of your story. I don't want to kind of give too much away, but you've been on a bit of a wild ride, Chev. It's fair to say. But one thing that was very relevant to me was kind of the support system that you've had throughout the amateurs. So I don't want to forget them. So Jason Weeks and Bob Dylan, you mentioned. They supported you during the amateurs. Your sponsors as well. They've been with you from the start as well, helping you out in your career. Samm Mullins and all the team at Churchills boxing club as well. But kind of, how does it feel to kind of have that support structure when throughout your career, and when some boxers they kind of change throughout their career? How does it feel to have that kind of?
Almost
Oh,
lost you there. 1 second.
no worries, mate. There we go. How does it
Can you
feel to
hear me?
kind of, I can hear you. I can hear you, man. So kind of, how does it feel to kind of have that support structure when a lot of boxers don't kind of have it all the way through?
Hey, you know what? I just feel very, very lucky. And the reason why I say that is because one, I'm not from this country originally, but I have grown up most of my adult life here. So here's the thing. I think it's the way you treat people that it reflects back on you. And as an amateur, I mean, my both my amateur coaches, Jason Wicks and Lenny Trusty, have just been. It's unreal the lengths they went through for me. And when I got into GB, it was like all the coaches there were helpful. But the reason why I mentioned Bob Dylan is because he was like the head coach for Podium Potential, which is what you go on when you first go into GB. And he was just always like supportive, man. The guy is unreal. He could sell salt to a slug. Do you know what I mean? And like that, the energy that he put into me and everybody else, by the way, was just unreal. I just took to it and just rode it. And yeah, so shout out to Bob Dylan. I had various different sponsors as an amateur. There was high scaffolding, great people that supported me all the way through with my amateurs. The company's um gone under now, but from my amateur days was Tables for Business, who still sponsors me to this day. Shout out to Paul Davis and Dan. The team are amazing. But as I said, man, it's just how you treat people. I believe how you treat people, it comes back at you. Things go full circle, and but ever since a little kid, I've had attention. So that's why partly I don't need to do all of this nonsense that you see most fighters do. I've been the cool kid. Not to sound cringy, but I've had attention, so I don't need to. Boxing didn't give me attention. Do you know what I mean? I was already cool in my neighborhood, like or my town or wherever I went. People was always respectful to me, and I was always, yeah, I had that notoriety. So to me, like I'm just living a normal day now. Do you know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that's always showed love to me and showed respect. And it's just respect equals respect, man. Sorry to go long winded about it.
No, definitely. I mean, that was the perfect. That was the answer that I wanted, Chev. Don't worry. And that kind of, and it going that respect going both ways. It's fair. I'm gonna put this on record. Every time I have met you, Chev, you've always been so welcoming and and also open to conversation. So thank you again for that. Every time I've
Come on, man.
spoken to you, mate. My last couple, Chev. Thank you for giving me your time today, mate. I do want to touch on kind of Samm Mullins and the team. Obviously, you mentioned your grueling camp that they've put you through. I think all the behind the scenes I see you guys kind of, it's a very, very much a love-hate relationship, but obviously more love than hate in there. But kind of talk to me, how does it feel to kind of you building up with them and kind of them getting more recognition with yourself winning titles, Joanna winning titles, and all the other fighters in there as well?
Um, you know, it's as you said, it's a love-hate relationship. Um, we obviously don't like the hard work too much, do you know what I mean? But when everybody wins, everybody loves it. Well, sorry, when I win, everybody loves it. Shout out to Joanna Wonyu as well, the Wanderer. I actually think one of the most talented female boxers out there. Very, very much avoided. If you think I'm avoided, mate, you need to check out Joanna. But her time will come. They can't run forever, man. She's wondering, and she's gonna wander and take off all those belts off of all of them. So shout out to Joanna. Um, yeah, but the team is good, man. Even though it's a team aspect, it's still yourself. So you know, yeah, I don't know. It just works, man. It just works. Everybody just comes together. We know what we got to do. I'm very demanding from the people around me. If you're a part of my team, whether you're my friend, coach, work for me in any facet, and demanding. But the thing is, I don't just expect you to do the hard work. I lead by example, so I need everybody to be on par with that around me, so we can take it to the next level. And it's always about the level up. That's my mantra. So yeah.
Definitely, mate, and it's all paying dividends as well, mate. Heading into your fight on Saturday, Chev. My final one, mate. We ask. Thank you again for giving me your time today. We ask everyone who's come on the channel this. When all's said and done, what does boxing mean to you?
What boxing? I'm not gonna be a liar. I wasn't a boxing growing up. I went into boxing growing up, but now that I am into it, I now have boxing goals. It wasn't a life goal before. I have boxing goals. So, boxing to me is a platform, a transport towards achieving goals and helping to help the wider community and people involved in my life and ones that I haven't met yet.
Definitely,
It's a
mate. Chev,
transport. That's it. That's it. It's a transport towards helping myself and the wider community.
definitely. I mean, if that's one thing that boxing is, it's definitely that kind of support structure for everyone. I mean, Chev Clarke, thank you again for your time today, mate. That was my final one, and yeah, best of luck with your fight. I'm looking forward to seeing it in Leeds. Yeah, but best of luck with your British title opportunity against Ellis Zorro on Saturday, mate.
Thank you very much, mate. You know how it goes. The level up continues. Your boy Chev Clarke. Make sure you're there. First Direct Arena, 25th of May in Leeds. Peace.